kicking us out. Just saying bye as he turns because he doesn't walk anywhere.
He can't even beat a Robozoid. What's up, guys? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm Michael.
And we're here to talk about
Godzilla.
The hell was that?
That's a song. You know the song?
No.
From Rock Band?
No.
I mean, it's not from Rock Band, but...
There's a song?
Yeah.
The only song I know is that music that he has before he shows up.
Oh, yeah. You don't remember that Diddy song? From
Anyway.
Godzilla 99?
Anyway.
Y'all remember that?
No, we don't.
Da-na-na.
Nope.
Da-na-na.
Nope.
Na-na-na. We probably get copyright. I won't sing no more.
Please don't. We're here to talk about...
Da-na-na. Sorry. All right, I'm done now. Godzilla, man, the king of the monsters. The beast is back.
Yeah.
Looking great.
The sequel to 2014 or 2015?
2014.
2014's Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. No annoying humans this time. That was a terrible movie. I don't even consider that a Godzilla movie.
I like that it just turns around. He doesn't walk anywhere, he just moves around. That's fine.
Good Lord, that was a terrible movie.
Good old Godzilla.
That is not Godzilla.
That's a Godzilla?
No, it's not.
That Godzilla could beat that Godzilla.
The hell it can. That's a lizard.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so, what are your thoughts? Non-spoiler thoughts?
5 out of 5 Godzillas.
Wow, 5 out of 5. Why 5 out of 5?
Unlike 2014's movie,
Mm-hmm.
it was about Godzilla. It was, I got enough. The people were just enough to get me where I needed to be when it came to the monsters. And I really enjoyed seeing Godzilla in all his glory. Oh, excuse me, it's late.
Yeah.
All right, well, today, man, I worked today. They got their money's worth out of me today.
Uh-huh.
The movie to me hit all the points that I needed to hit all the beats. There was a lot of like throwbacks to people who watch the older movies, who like seeing certain monsters in there. You've seen from the trailer, Godzilla's in it, Mothra and Rodan, but those aren't the only monsters in
King
this
Ghidorah.
movie.
You forgot King Ghidorah.
I didn't want to, speak about the...
But that's in the trailer.
He's not really the king. There's only one king. We know who it is.
I mean, he has king his title. And he's got 3 heads.
A lot of people have king in their title, don't mean they're the king.
Okay.
I'm
enough.
just saying.
All right.
And anyway, what's a king to a god?
Aren't they all gods? Isn't that what we learned?
There's only one god.
I don't know.
Godzilla.
Okay, fair enough.
But,
now you sound like Bradley Whitford.
I liked all of the humans in this movie. I liked. They did not annoy me, with the exception of one. But we'll get to that later. I really like this movie. I can't talk enough about it. Going into it, I was really excited about it. I will say this, and I'm not going to back down from this. I don't care what anybody says. To me, the trailer did not match the movie that I saw. And I stand by that. I did not like that music selection, but I loved the movie, and I loved the music in the movie. It really, if you remember what was the guy's name? Toho? What was
That's the studio.
The studio, but who was the guy who wrote the original Godzilla movie? Because
I don't know.
Because if you went back and you saw,
You'll tell us in the audience in the comments.
If you went back and you watched the whole movie at the end, because I stayed all the way to the end.
Yeah.
You saw them use the original music, and you saw throwbacks, and you saw them give like nods to like the creators, the actors, and all that stuff. It's like I really thought it was a love letter to the fans. I don't remember every minute detail and Easter egg in it, but it was a love letter to the fans. I really enjoyed it.
I give it a 3.75.
Okay.
Out of 5. No, I'll give it 4. 4 out of 5 atomic bombs.
Okay.
Out of in Godzilla. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a lot really good. You like the humans? I could have done without the humans. I could have done with the movie of just monsters fighting monsters.
That's not a movie. That's just monsters fighting monsters.
Why is that not a movie?
Because that's like Mortal Kombat.
They made a Mortal Kombat movie. It was great.
No, it was not.
For the first Mortal Kombat movie, it was so good.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's good. I love that movie.
Oh, no.
Movie's great. First Mortal Kombat is fantastic.
It is not.
But yeah, just give me people fighting people. It's like the same thing I say.
Monsters fighting monsters.
Really, the people are the monsters. Think about that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I messed up. I meant monsters fighting monsters. But because I think about the game War of the Monsters that came out on PlayStation 2,
Yeah.
you just had the ability to fight as different monsters and, going up, blowing up stuff in the city. That was a fun game. Bring that back on next generation consoles. That would be awesome. Let me fight in the sky. Let me fight in the, on land, under sea, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Didn't really need the humans. They were fine. I think the actors who were in the movie, they did their parts well. I just don't know if the script helped everybody.
Well, I think, but this is the thing I think you can get away with in this kind of movie versus. I just watched Mortal Engines, so I think that's. So
I tried to tell him that was a bad movie.
You told me it was boring. You didn't say it was this bad. But Mortal Engines, I'll compare to this only because Mortal Engines had these giant set pieces, these brilliant, beautiful machines. You need a story in that. Godzilla, you really don't need that big of a story. It's like you just need the humans to get you to certain parts, so basically to set up the monster fight.
Godzilla can do it on his own.
I mean, he needed help in this movie.
There were some times I was like, man, Godzilla, ooh, it was scary.
Yeah.
It was feeling kind of.
It was touch and go.
It was touch and go a couple times. You're like, ooh, is he going to make it?
But I will say that I enjoyed the stakes and I enjoyed. That's why I brought up Mortal Engines, because just because it's beautiful doesn't mean you don't need good writing. And the difference between that movie and Mortal Engines and a Godzilla movie is people come to see the monsters. Mm-hmm. Mortal Engines, yeah, I want to see all this great set pieces, but I want to know why I care. I cared about this movie because I cared about Godzilla, and the humans made me care about Godzilla in a way that I thought was very interesting, because it was like any other movie, Godzilla movie. They were antagonistic to Godzilla. Then they were, maybe he's not that bad. We need him. Hey, call.
But here's the thing. We'll get into. I mean, this isn't non-spoilers because you kind of get that from the thing. But from the first movie in 2014, they weren't with Godzilla, and then they finally realized, we should team up with them. Aaron Taylor, whatever his name is, and his squad were like, let's help Godzilla out. So did his people not talk to the new people in the military?
But see,
what happened? That's what I want to know. What happened with those people? They were like, hey, you know what? Godzilla's not bad. Oh, you know what? That actually they are on his side. Never mind. Forget what I said. I learned myself, y'all. I learned myself.
I will say this. I enjoyed the movie. I really think they did a good job of having these beautiful, beautiful monsters and great CGI, which I didn't see. There wasn't a part of the movie where I was like, that didn't. Like, it really looked good. Like, I'll be honest with you, I now want to see it, and I do not recommend 3D at all. I'm not telling you to go see it in 3D, but I do wish I could have seen it, because I saw the movie theater I was in, sit a little closer to the screen. Now I want to see it again and sit it like on an IMAX and sit further back so that I can see, because those fights were amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, the Godzilla King Ghidorah fight was amazing. Rodan, watching Rodan fly over the water like you saw in the trailer was beautiful. Mothra, when she finally transformed, was like, it really was a very beautiful movie. Mm-hmm. I will say that I did not like, again, the music, because I like the traditional.
You mean the music from the trailer?
Right? I like the original Godzilla music. I like that ominous, when he shows up, that drop in the bass, and you're like, and you see the spikes, and you see the spikes come up in the head. I love all of that. So I really got what I needed as a Godzilla fan.
Yeah, hearing some of that old Godzilla stuff, you were like, oh man, let's just drop some Wu-Tang in here and just drop the beats over some of the stuff. I'm like, there goes the, yeah. Let me think. Any other non-spoiler stuff? I say non-spoiler, I didn't like Vera Farmiga's character. We'll get into why in spoilers, but I didn't like her overall arc. Yeah. Everybody else I was cool with. I thought O'Shea Jackson could have had more, just because I like O'Shea Jackson. I don't feel like he didn't get enough.
No, I think he got enough.
Whoever the general is,
the black lady with the bald head,
I like her.
I cannot remember her name. We've got this thing in front of us, but I've seen her in a lot of stuff. She's always in. She's played a lot of different roles. She was on Law and Order SVU. She's been like a character actor in a lot of TV shows. I really liked her. Bradley Whitford, I really liked him. I think her name is Gong Li.
Who?
No, that's Zi Zhang. Who was she the doctor?
Ji Yi Zhang?
Yeah. The one with the short hair from Miami Vice. and
I don't know about the Miami Vice thing.
yeah, she was in Miami Vice, and she was in
Aisha
Crouching
Hines
Tigers.
is Colonel Diane Foster.
Basically everybody. Tywin Lannister, loved him.
Sir, his name is Charles Dance.
He will always be Tywin Lannister.
And he is not Tywin Lannister. He is the guy from Last Action Hero with the glass eyeball.
Nah, he tried to kill Tyrion.
That's
slept
who he is.
with his wife.
They weren't married.
Were they not married?
I thought that was just his
That was his
number
girl.
one
Look,
boo.
hey.
That was his number one boo.
It don't matter if they married or not. Your dad sleep with your woman.
They do stuff differently back then.
I don't know what kind of family you got, family dynamic, but
They do stuff differently, man. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, I really enjoyed everybody. It was Kyle Chandler, the guy from Friday Night Lights?
Yeah.
I really liked him. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of go back and forth between liking and not liking him. I really liked him in this movie.
Kyle Chandler's awesome. What's he not awesome in?
I'm not a fan of him in Date Night. Not Date Night, Game Night.
Game Night? Really?
I
liked him.
I didn't like him in that.
But I think you're not supposed to like him. I feel like he did his job, though.
No,
because he was always antagonistic to his brother. Who was his brother in the movie? Bateman. Jason Bateman. Yeah.
I don't know. He just didn't resonate with me. Like, they didn't seem to be brothers to me. That's what it was. That relationship didn't seem, and so I never really bought into that. But I really liked everybody in this movie, and I really recommend you guys going to go see it. Like I said, he gives it 4 out of 5 atomic bombs. I give it 5 out of 5 Godzillas. I'm not gonna say it's the best Godzilla movie of all time, but it really is.
It ain't.
I'm gonna kick that thing off the desk. But I will say that to get your Godzilla fix, this is one for the ages.
Yeah.
It really is, especially the little Easter eggs, the little things that they do, the nods, the homages that they do, and Godzilla looked great in this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's non-spoiler review. If you liked it, let us know. Comment, like, subscribe.
What's your favorite big monster?
Big monster?
Yeah. I'm not asking you. I want them to tell us.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I was
No.
really thinking about it.
I don't care what you think.
You can't. We already asked that.
Answer it again.
We asked that on the community page.
Okay, ask it again.
We don't need to ask it again. We already asked it.
I don't read that.
Obviously.
Yeah, clearly. All right, now we get into spoilers.
All right, so spoilers.
I will say the start of this movie, it is a Warner Brothers movie. It's Legendary Pictures, but it's also Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. Another Warner Brothers movie that came out a couple years ago was, what's that second Batman? Is it Batman v Superman? Mm-hmm. Dawn of Justice? Mm-hmm.
Trash.
It's whatever. But like both those movies, that movie and this movie started the same way, in that the movie before them, you see a bunch of destruction with the main character, and then the second movie starts out with, from a different angle, you see that same destruction, but it's a different angle, and it follows somebody else. And I thought that was I'm sure it's not on purpose, but
it might have been.
I don't know, but that was just like a funny coincidence to me. That I was like, oh, this kind of starts out like Batman v Superman, where you have a different angle as you see the destruction happen. They're looking for the boy, he gone.
He
did. And then from there, the movie just kicks off and keeps going.
I liked it. I'm with you that I was conflicted about Vera Farmiga's character because, so we're in spoilers. She was the villain.
Was she though?
This is the thing. I feel like she's the villain.
She don't know that she was the villain.
Yes, she does.
Does she?
Oh, yeah, she definitely does.
I don't know that
she was a punk villain too. That's what I hate. I hate villains with no conviction. Mm-hmm. Like if you like Tywin Lannister, conviction. He knew what he was in for. He knew what he was about to do. I don't call him an eco-terrorist. I call him an eco-saver. Anyway, he was about business. He was like, I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do to execute this. I've been in the trenches. I'm ready. Mm-hmm. She was not. And I don't like her. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't like her.
Yeah.
Even her kid says she was a monster.
Yeah, and not even that. I mean, yeah, but to me, her motivation seems kind of wishy-washy. At one point, she's like all for this, but it almost seemed like she didn't think it, or in the rules of this movie, it seemed like she didn't think it all the way through what was going to happen. It's like, I don't know how you didn't think people were going to die, or this much destruction was going to happen.
Yeah, like millions of people. Like, did you, like, not only...
You saw what happened in San Francisco.
No, and that's the thing that bothered me.
You were there.
That's the thing that bothered me about this movie. You saw what happened in San Francisco. You knew what happened. You lost your son. And you wanted to revisit that pain, horror, terror on others. And then when you saw how real it got, you was like, I don't know. Like, what did you expect?
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem for me in this whole movie, where in this situation, I understood Kyle Chandler's motivation. And I understood where he was like, she just does whatever she thinks, and that's how she operates. And I was like, I can see why y'all ain't together no more. Mm-hmm. And I'm not excusing his character, and he was like, I ran out, I admit that. But I did not buy her motivation. I did not like her fundamentally for that reason. Mm-hmm. And I other than that, I was totally fine with the movie. And to me, she was the real villain.
Small nitpick. I love it whenever in a movie when an evil person has a plan, and they're able to give you a slideshow presentation of what the plan is. Because at one point in this movie, she's like Skyping into somebody, and she's able to like go
she's
through.
She's Skyping the heroes.
She had edited B-roll together, like different cuts that she put on Edius and sent out. It's like, hey, run this video.
Edius is our editing software. Some of y'all probably use Final Cut Pro, but we use.
She hit the VO and said, hey, run this VO package real quick while I talk over it.
She was like.
She could have stopped for sound bites if she wanted to.
Y'all are screwed. I did this.
Yeah.
These are the reasons why.
Yeah, it's
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yes, it was so weird. And it's not the first movie to do that, but I thought that was funny. It was like, you just got video ready that's cuts and does whatever, but it's fine. It's a small thing.
This is the thing that I was already kind of bothered by her anyway, so it didn't really bother me that much more, because I was already kind of like, you are not a nice person. Mm-hmm. But the way the trailer set it up to me, and maybe that's what I wanted to be, I thought she was originally talking to Congress. Mm-hmm. And so that one scene where you saw Ken Watanabe talking to Congress, and they were like, oh, we're going to keep Godzilla as our pets, and he was like, no, he's going to keep us as pets. Yeah. I thought she was talking to them, and she was like the big gun that they were bringing in because she knew, and that's what I thought. And then I kind of had a feeling she was in on it, but I wasn't sure. But then when she released Ghidorah, I was like, oh, this B word.
Yeah, when I saw the trailer, to me, I was automatically under the impression that she's the bad guy. And I don't know if maybe the way the trailer was cut made me think that, or if it was supposed to be a big reveal, because they kind of play it as though you don't think she's a bad guy. Yeah. I think that's fair to say. And then there's a turn where she grabs the detonator. The detonator, yeah. But to me, I was like, the whole time I was like, oh, she's a bad guy. And I got that from the trailer, so I don't know if that was...
See, I didn't get that. And again, that's probably my own bias or maybe overlooking. Because again, I admit that I did not like the trailer for the movie, the one of the final ones, but I loved the movie. I didn't like the music selection, but I loved the cuts of the trailer. And I loved the cuts of this movie. Yeah. I thought certain beats, when the music hit, when they were doing certain things, the explosions. The one thing I will say, and from maybe a military standpoint, and again, you talked about it from, did they not talk to each other? Mm-hmm. Like, from 2014 to whenever this happened? Why y'all ain't secure these facilities a little better?
It seems like these terrorists were able to get into any Monarch facility they wanted to.
Like,
and I was like, yo, y'all should run the military, because the military can't run the military.
I'm going to be honest with you. I have a hard time getting into this building that they had a hard time getting in the Monarch.
Sometimes your card don't work getting in here.
I was like, did I get fired today?
Yeah, it's
But and I get that she was, I get that she was a key component of Monarch, and she probably could have given them some codes or whatever. But I'm thinking to myself, once she got caught, don't you change them?
Because she got caught early in the movie.
We have to change our email passwords every 3 weeks.
They went to several sites after it was revealed that she was the bad guy.
And she literally was doing this. She was literally like,
let him in. Yeah, it was wild.
And that's why I was like, yo, again, small minor thing about the movie, but I really love this movie. I love the throwback we talked about, the Mothra twins, and you got that. You got the original music.
Lots of Easter eggs in this movie.
The one thing I loved about it was Ken Watanabe named. He said there are 17 Titans and counting. Mm-hmm. We saw a multitude of them, and then you saw little Easter eggs, because I swear we saw Gamera. I swear we saw Gamera rise up out of the ground, and I thought I saw his head, because I thought I saw the tusk. But again, I didn't look it up to see which ones were which, because I was so enthralled with the movie. Yeah. I was going back and watching stuff. I enjoyed it. The people in my theater seem to enjoy it too, which is one of the things that I love, being in a community.
The two people next to me were sleeping.
You're lying.
They were a couple and they were slept together. It's like, did y'all just come here to sleep? It's like, it's y'all money. Do what you want. But they were knocked out sleep.
I've only fallen asleep in one movie.
It was wild.
One movie. One.
I'm trying to think of
Sherlock and Watson.
I finally watched that like 2 weeks
Was it as
ago.
bad as I told you it was?
I couldn't finish it.
I told you.
I was like, this is
I
bad.
told you it was bad.
Yeah, Holmes and Watson was not good.
Yeah. It wasn't good.
But good, let's go back to a good movie. Talk about this movie.
This movie right here. This movie right here.
So let's talk about potential sequels, man, and franchise setups.
Before we get there,
what
did you think of?
Oh, can I talk about the thing I talked about before with
Yep,
the
go
Marvel
ahead.
thing? All right. So before I forget, there was one scene where Millie Bobby Brown, her character, was like caught between her mom, and the dad, and the dad's like, "Hey, come with me," and the mom said no, and I might have just been reading into this, I don't know, but it seemed like she almost had some type of mind control over the kid. And the only reason why I bring that up is because she talked about this alpha sound, or this the orca sound that they had. And now this went nowhere, so...
You were thinking the girl was the sound, and she needed the girl to complete.
Well, not even that.
Because the girl was in on it.
Yeah, but...
Millie Bobby Brown was in on the whole plan.
Yeah, but not even that. It's just... Somehow I thought she was controlling her the way it was shot, but that didn't pan out. So
I didn't think that. I thought Millie Bobby Brown was the final signal. I thought she was the final key, and I mean she was kind of. She was human, so. But I thought that she was the signal because I remember her running to go to her mom the first time when Mothra was showing out, and. I thought that she, and I know you told me, we talked about this before off camera, that they wanted to keep the Mothra twins Asian.
Because the rumor was that
she was...
That Millie Bobby Brown and Vera Farmiga were somehow
they had a psychic
twins.
And so you were telling me that, no, you were seeing that the director was like, no, I wanted to keep certain things being culturally sensitive. I want to keep certain things the way it was.
Yeah.
I thought she might have been the signal with Millie Bobby Brown, but I also realized that she was in on it, and I like that. I like that. One, I don't like kids in movies, but lately, and I've said this before, I love Millie Bobby Brown. I love Yara Shahidi. I love Marseille Martin, or is it Marseille Martin?
I don't know.
The
girl from Blackish, the youngest daughter.
The one who was
Blackish.
in Little. Kids today are getting better parts. They're being active in these movies, and I think Millie Bobby Brown, even though, again, like you said, a lot of these great actors and actresses were not given a lot to work with, she was not just a bystander. She was a very integral part of this movie, and I love the interaction between her and Tywin Lannister. I'm not going to call him Charles Dance, because he's always going to be Tywin Lannister to me.
Okay.
I love their interaction where he was like, "What did your mom tell you?" When he was like, "What did you think was going to happen?" And I loved that. I loved all of that.
It kind of reminded me of the interaction, now that you say Tywin Lannister, of Tywin and Arya back in the early episodes of Game of Thrones, of him just talking to a younger female.
Especially when she did this.
That was good.
I loved it because she acted like a child in a bad situation. She still wanted to figure stuff out. She was still hurt. She still had a lot of things going on. But she still was able to function, whereas it seemed her mom had some kind of PTSD and then pushed herself into this situation, this untenable situation, where she got in over her head. And I really liked it. I did not, and maybe I'm not supposed to like Vera Farmiga's character. Maybe I'm supposed to think she's a villain, because I want her to get eaten so bad in that movie. I was like, who gonna eat her? Because she got I was like, she can't live by the end of this movie.
There were some really good red shirt deaths in this movie.
Oh.
Of people who were just like, they're gone.
Yeah.
And like, I was expecting some people to die, but the way it happened, a couple people, that was really cool.
That's what I love. And this is the one thing I will say. I really enjoyed seeing the one thing I think that people forget in these movies, or in just movies in general, and then I think that Godzilla does a good job of showing is, you think you're the top dog. You think you're the alpha. You are not the alpha compared to this. And you saw that with the military. You saw that, like, when Ghidorah got let loose.
Yeah.
Oh, you were like, y'all really shooting guns?
I really like that the three heads of Ghidorah kind of all had different personalities, which was kind of cool. It almost seemed like one was kind of the lead, the head, and
they fight with each other.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that a lot.
I really liked the fact, which was another throwback to the older movies, Ghidorah was an alien. That was my one beef, that they were like, but then I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be really surprised. They weren't surprised that Ghidorah was an alien. Like, that wasn't more shock to them. Like,
aliens?
Yeah, like, I was like, well, I wanted more of that, but then I was like, in the movie, I was like, yeah, they've been dealing with real
Titans.
Life. Yeah, they've been dealing with Titans and Kaiju.
Yeah, they don't care.
So, aliens, it was like, why not?
Yeah.
And that's where the O'Shea moments and the Bradley Whitfords, you know, the I wanted a little bit more like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
Aliens, but other than that, like, I really enjoyed the imagery in the movie, the way Rodan came out of the volcano, and then you saw the cross, and then you saw Ghidorah on I just loved it all.
Yeah, it looked really good. Sequels. We run out of time. Sequels. This movie sets up so many franchises and just franchise opportunities. It does it in a better way than The Mummy did.
The Dark Universe.
The Dark Universe did with The Mummy and Tom Cruise. They tried to set up movies that
they tried to run before they crawled.
And it did not work.
But
they tried to set up so much stuff, it didn't work. But this one did. I mean, I don't know how many times they showed Kong.
Well, not only that, they showed Kong, and then they showed Godzilla was beefing with other monsters.
Yeah.
And then so we possibly could see those beefs.
Yeah.
And I love the after credit scene. My only problem, and it's not a problem with the movie, my movie theater turned the lights on before the movie.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah. So as soon as like the
before the after credits happened?
So you remember when the movie ends, and then they start playing the music, and then you start seeing the newspapers?
Yeah.
They turn the lights on. Oh,
it's like they didn't know there was an after credits scene.
Dude, there was a guy in my movie theater who yelled out, "What the?" And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, y'all better turn these lights back on.
Yes.
But,
did they turn it back off?
No.
Wow, that sucks.
So my vision was a little blurred at the credit scene at the end. So that was Ghidorah's head, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure because
that's what I got. I got it was
Ghidorah's head.
One of Ghidorah's heads
at the end because
Tywin Lannister, Jonah Allen, as he's called in the movie,
Tywin Lannister,
bought the head from some guys.
Yeah, some dealers. Which is the one thing I loved about this movie, and you saw it in Guillermo del Toro's movie Pacific Rim, which is, and I wished we could have gotten more into it, and maybe in the sequels you'll see that, an economy based around kaiju and titans. Because you saw that in Pacific Rim when one of them died and all that stuff, and like how you kind of got it, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to see. Because I went and rewatched Jurassic, the Fallen Empire, Kingdom, whatever Jurassic thing.
Yeah.
Not a great movie. It was okay.
Yeah.
I want to get into more of what it's going to be like to live alongside these monsters, and I think that sets up that credit scene you were talking about, the newspapers showing and then the one thing I loved, and again I keep saying it, what's a king to a god? You saw that headline where they alluded to Skull Island. You saw the headline where they were like, Rodan's acting up.
Yeah.
You saw, cultists and stuff like that. You saw all that stuff on the screen. I cannot wait for what they do next because I want to see if they go in that direction.
I mean, I think they said the next one's supposed to be Godzilla vs. Kong, right? That's supposed to be the next one?
But hopefully, I mean, I'll be honest with you. They could do another Godzilla movie to build it up because I'm one of those people who's like, do it right. Take your time. Don't try. So basically, this is our third movie in this franchise. Godzilla kicked it off. Then you had Skull Island, and now you have Godzilla King of Monsters. So I'm okay with them doing another one before we get to Kong versus Godzilla, which I know Godzilla will win because he is the king of all monsters.
Yeah, the fight does seem weird. I mean, clearly, in my mind, what happens in the movie is Kong and Godzilla have a fight for a little bit, and then they team up to fight whatever Charles Dance makes. Or now you got me saying that. Charles Dance's his name, whatever.
Yeah, but you was like, that's not his name. His name is Tywin Lannister.
Whatever he makes. That's what I feel like they team up to fight that.
This is one of those things where I know what I want, but I don't care if I don't get what I want as long as it's good. And that's one of the things that I think that this fan base is. I was listening to this woman, and if I can remember her name, I'll definitely tell you, because she's like a kaiju Godzilla fanatic. On her podcast, she talks about there are two great franchises, two major franchises that, because these movies have been around as long as Star Wars. The difference between these two franchises is Star Wars fans are not as forgiving as Godzilla fans, because it's almost as if Godzilla fans understand that for a long time in these movies, it was just two dudes in rubber suits.
Right.
Like if you go back,
those guys got shot out at the end.
Yeah,
like
you saw that.
That was cool.
And if you go back and look at Mecha Godzilla, that was literally just from Power Rangers. It's literally a Robozord.
Yeah.
I mean, Dinozord.
What is a Robozord? How dare you? What?
Whatever, man. You know.
We're about to be done with this video right now. Robozord.
You knew exactly what I was talking about. You knew what I was talking about.
Disgusting.
Right? You knew what I was talking about.
I vomited as you said. Robozord.
You know what? I'll make that happen. Robozord.
Oh.
But that's basically what it was. And so I feel like the Godzilla fans are more forgiving. Like they can understand that it's supposed to be fun. And I think we've lost that as fans, that you want what you want. But I'm going to be honest with you. I know I want a giant movie with giant monsters fighting. And I got that. I may not have gotten exactly what I wanted in every movie or in this movie, but I like what I got. And we need to start appreciating that. We need to start enjoying that and stop being this, these vanguards of fandom where it's like, you're not a fan because you didn't do. No, enjoy the movie. I liked it. I really liked it. I cannot wait to see it again. I can't wait to buy it on DVD or Blu-ray, 4K, digitally, steelbook. Like I really like this movie.
It's alright.
Damn. So that's me.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I cannot wait. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, because I want to see Godzilla walking through cities.
There we go.
Yep.
So that's our thoughts on the movie. Spoilers and non-spoilers all over the place.
Yep.
Like, comment, subscribe right here. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WOTX.com.
Let us know when you guys go to see the movie. Let us know on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram when you go see it what you thought. We want to hear from you because trust me, we will keep doing this, but we can't. It'd be kind of pointless if we just did it in the newsroom and not hear from you guys.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to hear from you, whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it. Is that it? We done?
He's kicking us out. He's saying bye as he turns because he doesn't walk anywhere.
He can't even beat a Robozord.